councilman then raises the question, what is control? Which, despite what this dialogue would have you believe, is not a very difficult question. Control is to have mastery over something in the same sense that Neo brings up when he says that they control the machine to rely on.
Does this smell like beer to you?
The councilman counters with,
well, does this smell like beer to you?
The bit that we want, but then what would happen to our life, our heat, and our air?
I thought I like spilled beer until I realized it's what they smell like.
The people in Zion are not under the control of
not
fragrance free. They are under the control
Bobby,
of
I just thought it was strange. It smelled like yeast.
Their heat, light, and air. The machine is middleman. Whatever point the Wachowskis are trying to make here isn't just bad, it misses the mark altogether. So after the councilman's little speech, Neo asks what his point is, and the councilman replies, oh, there's no point. Well, at least he's being honest. Finally, the councilman says that he has no idea how the water recycling machines work, but he does understand the reason for them to work. And in that same turn, he has no idea how Neo is able to do what he does, but he believes there's a reason for that as well. Well, yeah, if something works, obviously there's a reason for it working. Any other tautologies you want to lay on us there, Counselor Useless? So going back to the Matrix, the ship that was asked to stay behind gets a message from the Oracle. They're just about to log out when a Smith intercepts this guy and takes over his body. The message gets to Neo, and the Nebuchadnezzar returns to broadcast them. Neo connects to the Matrix and meets a strange man sipping tea. The man says his name is Seraph, and that he can take Neo to the Oracle. But first, they have to have a dance. Fight. So they fight. Then finally, Seraph apologizes and tells Neo that he had to be sure he was the one. Neo says he could have just asked, and Seraph replies, no, you do not truly know someone until you fight them. And man, oh man, is that wise and true. I gotta tell you, I have many friends and family members who I know intimately, and I can tell you right now that I've never been in a fight with any of them. What the hell is he talking about? You don't truly know someone until you do something as arbitrary as fighting them? Why not, you do not truly know someone until you skydive with them, or you don't truly know someone until you play Parcheesi with them. Stop trying to sound smart. You're not. So Seraph leads Neo down a hallway of doors until finally taking him to the Oracle. She greets him by offering him candy, and Neo remarks that she already knows if he's going to take
Same two people made all three of these movies. Yet the first one was made by two brothers, and the second two were made by a brother and sister.
Come here to make the choice. You've already made it.
I'm confused.
One of the dudes had a sex change.
Wow.
They used to be the Wachowski brothers. Now they're the Wachowskis.
Thinking, deliberation, and understanding.
Wait.
I was just looking. No, and I appreciate that I might have just put that in my mouth, but I was just looking at it. Did I put this in my mouth?
But we cannot make choices that are not understood at all. This is precisely why human beings are capable of choice, whereas animals...
Do they have like that thing where you can't crush them up and store them? I don't know, it looked like it did something funny on the wet part of my head.
We are capable of conceptual
No,
thought.
I think you can start.
Thought part that seems to be missing in the order.
It looked like it kind of foamed up on my hand.
So it's not choice making. Note how the Wachowskis never actually explain how Neo is able to make choices without understanding them. For them, it's enough that they just say he does. And the reason they simply say it without explaining it is because it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Now, I could go into all kinds of philosophical outlooks on choice and choicelessness, but it would just be a waste of time. What the Oracle is saying here isn't in line with any philosophical principle I understand. It's not even in line with basic common sense. It's just rhetorical bullshit. If Neo is making choices and only understanding why he's making them after the fact, that's not choosing. I don't even know what that would be. Random dart throwing maybe, but it's not choosing. This is so typical of postmodern philosophy. In fact, here's a nickel's worth of free advice for you all. If you want to excel in postmodern philosophy, if you want to be a postmodern philosopher tomorrow, then aside from taking simple concepts and overcomplicating them beyond measure with jargon, This is all you have to do. Just invert something. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if reason led you to the inversion.
This is
It
the
doesn't even matter if
Antarctica
the
for
inversion
fucking
makes sense
mouthwash.
or
He's
means
worse
anything.
than a
Just
Xanax.
do it.
No, no, you're talking.
We don't understand our choices and then make them. We make our choices and then understand them. I'm not sitting here talking to you through my microphone. I'm sitting here and my microphone is talking to you through me. Brilliant. And if you think I'm just being overly sarcastic, if you think I'm just being too hard on postmodern philosophy, think back to Baudrillard. This is, after all, the philosopher who argued that the TV watches you. And no, I'm not talking about Yakov Smirnoff, but I may as well be. Yakov Smirnoff is probably the greatest postmodern philosopher alive, and he doesn't even know it. So here's what the Oracle lays on him. Vampires, werewolves, and aliens are exiled programs in the Matrix who escape deletion. Neo has to go to the source, which is the machine mainframe, in order to save Zion. But to do that, he needs the keymaker, who is being held prisoner by a program called the Merovingian. Oddly enough, Neo asks more questions about the Merovingian than he does about how this is supposed to save Zion, or who the keymaker is, or what he's for. Which is frustrating, because who the keymaker is much more important, yet much less explained. So the Oracle sends Neo on his way, but then Smith shows up and begins another diarrhea out the mouth of dialogue. He destroyed Neo, but then Neo destroyed him. He knew what he was supposed to do, but he didn't. We're not here because we're free, we're here because we are not free, which is really two different ways of saying the same thing. And then he begins talking about purpose. It is purpose that created us, schools us, drives us, defines us, and binds us. He is here to take from Neo what Neo tried to take from him. Purpose. The stuff in purpose sounds vaguely Aristotelian, almost as if Smith is discussing Aristotle's concept of final causes. So this doesn't mean anything, it's just a bunch of dialogue dumped out the mouth to kill time until the big fight. Now, if the general consensus of this fight is what it is reported to be, then it seems everyone reacted to this fight in exactly the same way I did. Alright, yeah, get him, kick his ass, come on, yeah! Okay.
I need to bed. I might have kicked him off that time.
Alright, you get the point. You can move on with the film now. Fuck!
You don't know like it?
Now, the general consensus of this fight is what it is reported to be, and it seems everyone reacted to this fight in exactly the same way I did. Alright, yeah, get him, kick his ass, come on, yeah!
Whatever, I'll just leave it alone.
Okay, we kill time until the big fight. Now, if the general consensus of this fight is what it is reported to be, then it seems everyone reacted to this fight in exactly the same way I did. Alright, yeah, get him, kick his ass, come on, yeah! Okay, that's good. Alright, we get the point, you can move on with the film now.
I probably left it in my pants, babe.
What? What the hell on with this? Wire half-time PlayStation 2 games like Neo, Trinity, and Morpheus go to see the Merovingian about releasing the key. They never made much sense to me why their argument was released when the Oracle already told Neo that he wouldn't let him go willingly. Just seems like an excuse for more dialogue. The Merovingian tells them that choice is an illusion between those with power and those without, which I must say actually makes sense if he's speaking only within the confines of this film, and doesn't if he's not. He also tells them that the only real power is to understand why, or if you like, the cause of things. What this has to do with releasing the keymaker, I have no idea. So what makes this almost
Actually, that would be a really good idea.
It doesn't seem like he's trying to impart real knowledge or wisdom to anyone. He's telling them how he sees the world and all the people in it, how he lives and how he rules.
On Tuesday.
He has something over all those connected to the Matrix, and he loves it. Lambert Wilson plays this role with joy and conviction, and whether or not the dialogue means anything here, you at least enjoy watching him say it. My compliments go out to Lambert Wilson for delivering the first real character.